Welcome back. We're at SPX 2014. I'm Joe.
I'm Rusty. And we have...
And what do we have with us?
I'm Neil Brideau.
All right.
And
you can do it. I got you.
I'm Kenan Rubenstein.
Yes.
All right, guys. So what are you doing? Just hanging out?
we're here at the beautiful Marriott Hotel for 2 days, slinging comics.
It's nice.
Slinging the hell out of
It's
comics.
good timing. There's a comic show going on.
I know. What were the chances?
Perfect.
We just came to sell comics, figured, like in the lobby.
As you do every weekend at a different
it's a
hotel.
conference center. Something will be going on.
Yeah, we thought we were going to sell it to people at a cosmetics convention or something, but there was a
Miss
comic
Teen
show, which was
Maryland.
just awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. I go there all the time, and they've asked me to stop.
Yeah.
I believe
And
it.
I was like, no, guys, I'm just trying to hawk my wares.
Well, technically
Some
the
people
court
don't
has
appreciate
asked
art, man. That's just what it comes down
Right,
to.
right.
BS.
What were you saying, Rusty?
The court asked you to stop.
Well, that's
that,
true.
so-
The judge, he asked me nicely.
Yeah. But
I have a thing against me. It's okay. It's all right.
A thing. It's fine.
So what are you here representing? What books do you have with you for the show?
Well, so I have a series. It's called The Plot. I have some copies here to
All
show.
right, it's wonderful.
And
I love
I'm
the
really-
varied colors.
Oh, thanks. So it's an all ages. These are actually hand stamped.
Whoa.
It's an all ages coming of age adventure story about three friends who are about to become adults, and they're really nervous about that already. And then they lead this monster into their village, and then they watch the history of their village sort of fall apart. Everything they've been taught.
Wow.
Starts to become less believable.
Sounds like my
Also,
last
did you mention
birthday.
they were aliens?
And it takes
So
place on another planet.
Becoming
and-
adults is weird for them. It's not
Right.
just like
So it's weird
regular
enough,
weird like
but
it
then
is
it's
for
Wait, that wasn't
us.
the way it was for everybody
Yeah,
else?
no, it was weird for us, but it's super weird for them.
Yeah, Yeah, I got to go see a doctor, and it was really. He taught me a lot about myself and what I would become.
Your alien.
So
being.
the name is The Plot.
It's called The Plot.
Now, is it about a plot of land? Is it about a plan?
It's
All
got
of the above.
got a lot of different
What?
meanings, but yeah, I mean, it takes place in this secluded village that's basically they've sealed themselves off from the rest of the world.
Right.
From
the rest of a world that we don't know about.
right, yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
like worlds within worlds on another planet.
How long did it take you to come up with this? Years?
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guessed it.
Funny you should ask. Yes.
It didn't really take you years to come up with it. You called me one day and you were like, "I've got this new thing that I'm going to work on for the next 10 years." But you had the idea in a
Why
second
are you giving
and a
up the
half.
game, man?
Because this guy is so punk rock. He pumps out comics like crazy and comes up with ideas a mile a minute. And that's one of the things that is incredible about him and incredible about his work.
One of many things.
I like
I'm
to
sure.
give people the impression, though, that I actually think about things. And so I
Oh,
suggested
sorry.
that-
Yeah, he spent
Yeah,
a really
it's
long
been a
time
long
figuring
time.
it out.
He has this image that he's been really trying
You
to
can
build.
see the water stains from his sweat on each page. It was so
I
hard.
try and white those out.
Right, yeah.
But-
But some of them you don't want to hide.
No, they had
It's true.
authenticity.
So how many is it? Is it a completed story with 3
No,
issues?
it's nowhere near a completed story.
How many issues will it be? Because your
it's-
friend is chuckling.
It's probably going to be somewhere between 10 and 15 issues, but it was sort of at first it was going to be 5 issues long, and then it was going to be 10 issues long, and now it's going to be 15.
So when you get
issues
to
long.
issue 9, it might be a 20-issue story.
That is there's a good chance that's
Are you
likely-
afraid of ending it? Is that what's happening here?
No, I'm not.
Because you could have been 3/5 of the way through right now.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
I know, but you're not. You're like, no, what? No,
No.
I'm 1/5 of the way now.
Yeah, it's there are a lot of characters, and I want to give them all time to shine. And
So is there going to be a new monster every 5 issues, and you're just going to keep repeating
no
this cycle?
No, I mean
Different village.
The whole thing sort of as I started working on it, I watched it just start to stretch into this longer.
Right. You're just trying to milk money out of buyers.
Yeah, I mean, $5
Man,
a
he's
pop.
making bank
Yeah,
off of
you
this.
Yes.
build
Yeah.
the fan base.
That's why it
Get 'em
took you
invested.
years. All the testing
A lot of plotting.
and all the audiences you had to poll. What do you want to see in a comic? Is this it?
a lot of
No.
focus groups.
Yeah, all these comics you threw away.
The blind readings did not go well.
No?
though. They were just
Well,
I
'cause they
don't
can't
know.
see the
It's
pictures.
just pieces of paper.
They don't know what's
if I
happening.
take this blindfold off, maybe
Yeah.
it'll
Yeah.
help.
Seems no better or worse than any comic.
Yeah.
So what do you have down there?
So I do this comic called Last Train to Old Town. This is what it looks like.
Nice.
Yeah. It's about 4 kids who live in like a sleepy suburban, sort of anywhere USA kind of town, who discover that town actually has thanks Neil, a sort of unseemly history that sends them off on an adventure.
All right.
And it's not quite as any place as it seems.
Oh.
It's more someplace.
It's sort of a place.
It could have been this place. Sorry, did I just do it?
No,
That's
that's right,
spoiling the entire
because we
book,
came
yeah.
here thinking like some generic suburban town
Right.
outside of DC, but in fact there was a comics festival
It's
going
full of
on, and it was
magic.
like the kingdom of awesomeness.
Well, I'm sorry to have spoiled your book,
No, it's good.
but I'm glad I guessed it right.
Everybody should still buy it.
This is actually a comic about SPX.
So anyway, and this is the first issue, the first chapter of the story.
Nice.
So how many chapters? 15? Is that what we're talking about?
I have like a very vague arc.
That's
But
what happened to him, and
yeah.
you see where it got him.
I know. No, we're good.
Careful, don't do it.
So
don't
no,
do
we're
it.
good.
So basically,
Stop making
50
comics.
issues is what we're saying. That's
Sorry?
50 issues is what we're probably saying, right?
I don't know, like
Yes.
5,000 pages.
All I need is 10 lifetimes to do that. So yeah,
Yes.
that sounds great.
Well, if you
Assuming
need,
immortality can be reached, then yes.
it's giving you something to hang on for.
Right. Exactly.
Otherwise, you'd be done for.
So this whole plan sort of banks on a lot of medical progress over the course of my lifetime.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you should be working on instead.
No, that's definitely somebody else's job.
Okay.
Leave it to the experts.
Listen, scientists, you keep figuring out better ways to heal people, and I'll make the comics.
Kenan
okay?
Kill
will make
people?
some
No. You
beautiful-
wanted to save?
Heal.
No, heal people.
Oh, okay. I was like, you're
Whoa.
going in the wrong
No,
direction.
we have lots of good ways to kill people. I don't think we
we
need
don't
any
need
more
that.
of
That
that.
is
We're like
wild.
so good at that.
I follow that Tumblr. I know all about the good ways to kill people.
Good ways to kill.tumblr.com.
That's it.
I'm so glad I don't follow that Tumblr.
So, have you both of you been to SPX before?
Oh yeah.
This is our 7th year.
7th year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Coming out
Now,
here.
does it feel like a lucky year since 7 is supposedly a lucky number?
It does now.
Yeah. I feel like every year I have like tons and tons more fun than the previous year. Just because, every year you're meeting new people and you're getting to know them and you're building relationships that you started 7 years ago, and you're making new ones
Right.
today that that in like 7 years they're going to be just as
Well, and so part of those relationships is that Neil and I both have projects where we're trying to support the sort of comics making community more broadly.
Yeah.
Because of all these relationships we've built up over these years, right? So Neil, you can talk about it.
So I actually first I'm an organizer for a show similar to this in Chicago called the Chicago Alternative Comics Expo, or CAKE. That
Cake.
happens in June every year, and we just had our 3rd year, and that was really exciting. And then just in July, I launched a mini comics distro called Radiator Comics.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I actually can't remember. I think I've got about I'm representing about 25 comics artists.
Please name them all. Last name first.
Martin Van Buren.
Oh, you already screwed this up.
George Washington.
I'm a big fan of his
I'm
work.
really impressed.
I'm surprised you got him.
I know.
It was a big win for
I had
Radiator
to turn down
Comics.
a
It was a
cherry
big
tree.
win.
It was weird.
It was a score. Got it.
But so I'm super excited, and one of the main focuses is actually to try and get comics in. There are tons of people who come to SPX, and there are people that go to shops like Big Planet or Quimby's in Chicago, but there are a lot of people that don't come to these things that, if given the opportunity, might be really into comics, because the types of comics that are here really attract a wide range of interests.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the main focuses of Radiator is to actually go to venues that don't carry comics, but
Like,
have customers that might be into it. And
like
then-
Teen Miss Maryland.
Right.
Right.
Like Teen Miss Maryland
Right.
pageants. It's kind of a joke, but then you go in there and Monica Gallagher has a comic about being a model when she was younger.
That just got real.
Well, you know what, guys? I do this for a living. Not really.
So yeah, that's
But
the idea. It's just like broadening the both like casual and hopefully avid readers of alternative comics. And then Kenan has a really amazing website that he has launched. Oh, and Kenan also designed the Radiator Comics website. So
Oh,
he's
nice.
like
So it's pretty much yours.
a master of website design. But so he's created a really great platform to support the alternative comics community.
So when I was working on that site for Neil, which is my job when I'm not doing comics, I make websites. I started thinking about like all of the infrastructure that goes into like any of us buying a book, like a novel, and how like there are distributors but like you only hear about that book because like somebody reviewed it, and then like a bookstore wanted to get that author into the store because that was going to bring in customers for them, and then you found out about it because the author. So I started thinking about that, and I was like, oh, there's this big hole in this for comics. Like, okay, Neil's created this place where people can buy the comics, but it's really hard for the kind of comics we make for people to ever find out that they exist in the first place. So I started this website called Festival Season at festivalseason.org that does like in-depth reviews and interviews of mini comics and with the comics creators and that sort of stuff, and that does write-ups of festivals like this one, and just tries to like make them more visible
And also make them more accessible.
Right, and again, they're not like there's obviously a lot of great people doing alternative comics reviews. One of our goals is to make it. Sorry, Ann Thalheimer just walked by, and we wrote about her on Festival Season. One of the goals is to do the kind of reviews that are like maybe you don't know about comics, but your like Anne's was a memoir about like surviving trauma, and like maybe that is a subject that's interesting to you, and like it's to like write for an audience that maybe doesn't know about comics but is just interested in the subjects that the comics are about.
So you guys are both tackling like a different way of outreach.
Of like
Yeah.
broadening
Broaden
the base for
right.
what we do,
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Good
thank
work.
you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it means a lot to me that you've done this. It's
But
good.
for you, basically.
Yeah. That's why everything is.
I mean, for the industry, but
Mostly for me.
mostly for Jeff.
Step one, thanks. So, where can people find out more about your various ventures online?
Radiatorcomics.com is Neil's distro.
Yeah.
Festivalseason.org is the review site. LastTrainToOldTown.com is my comics. And your comics, what's the best address right now?
NeilBrideau.com is my personal website. All of my comics are on the Radiator site because I've got an in with the guy who runs the
I've heard about
thing.
them.
So,
He's kind of never mind. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So, before you guys go, is there any chance that you might want to answer mystery questions?
Definitely.
All right.
I'm not going to pass up a mystery question.
All right.
All right, I would say go ahead and keep this in front of you.
Are we gonna wish we said no?
Oh, no doubt.
No, what's
And then
that?
we'll just...
Oh, we get paid for this. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
All right, you first, buddy.
I thought your comics were a quarter. I don't understand.
All right. The suspense is killing me. Oh, and then do I read the thing?
Yeah, it's a question for you.
So you guys don't need to be here
Well,
anymore.
no, we have another gentleman who needs a question.
That's true.
Let's get it over there.
Now
one
they're
for
not
each
gonna
of you.
be able to.
Now, let's not lose the machine, guys.
Run over the books.
Grown adults are only allowed to buy one of these.
That's right.
Then they go on a
Don't
list.
break the machine.
All right. So should we read them simultaneously?
All right, so what's your question?
Yeah. I guess go your first.
Oh,
and
the
then-
question, I guess, is who is that old guy over there?
Yeah, we were wondering. That guy over there, he's
is
an old
that?
guy. Who is he?
I don't know. I mean, he's not. Well, one, he doesn't
You
have
don't
any
know
comics
that
in-
old guy? That old guy is an elder statesman of the comics community.
Is he? Really?
It's
Know
really
your roots,
disrespectful.
man. That is
This was a
messed up.
test. You do not belong here.
That was Jack Kirby.
That was.
You failed. You're not a true comics fan.
I was like, man,
And
that
it
guy
wasn't
looks
easy for us to get him there.
Like, I was
No.
like, that guy looks like he's dead.
Then yes, you,
kinda rude.
You correctly identified Jack
Like,
Kirby.
right, don't forget your microphone.
What the hell's going on with Steve? And let me tell you, if I knew what the hell was going on with Steve, I wouldn't be here making comics. I
Right.
mean,
Because it's just out of control.
So it's a mixed blessing that his life is, the way it is.
yeah. I mean, right? I mean, like, whoever figures out the answer to that question, like, they're on easy street.
They should let you know.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Steve with the hair?
Yeah.
Or is, oh, okay.
Steve with the hair.
Steve with the hair.
Sometimes without, you know how it goes.
Yeah. But
We're not actually talking about a person, are we?
Also, Steve with the thing,
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Look, I'm not.
I thought
whatever,
you were
but
better
that's
than
not
that.
cool.
You know what? Fine. We won't talk about this thing. All right.
Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, Steve.
It's
I
not
didn't
a
bring
thing.
it
You're
up.
the guy we all like,
sensitive
you,
about
and
it.
it's totally. It's
Whatever.
not a thing for me. Maybe it's a thing for him.
And I don't think it's
But-
a thing either.
No.
I think
Whatever. It totally.
And
not
it's a
thing.
choice.
own it.
You know what, Steve?
It's weird, but it's not
I don't
a thing.
approve.
Whoa.
Deal with it.
You are just nasty.
I'm a nasty person.
That's what they used to call you, nasty Rusty.
Very disapproving of Steve's thing, man.
Poor Steve. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.
Thank you so much. This was awesome.
Have a great everything.
You
Yeah.
too, man.
Particularly SPX.
Yeah, well, okay, we can start there.